How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the 2019 NHL Sim Dynasty Award Show and Draft Lottery. I'm your host, and apparently, I'm your collusional commissioner, Heller, and your 2018-19 NHL Sim Dynasty champion. I have a Stars shirt. It didn't really match. I had to make it work, but Tyler, to make you feel better, it has Jimmy VC on the back. So, Rangers, Stars, same thing. It's fine. Here's the deal. This is going to last probably about a half hour. I have the lottery ready. I have the awards ready. I'm going to run a few awards, go through some draft lottery, go back to some awards, back to the draft lottery, so on and so forth. And we will end the stream with the #1 overall selection in the 2019 Nhlsd entry draft. So, I don't want to waste any time here. I've got chat up. I've got both chats up. I've got my cat, who's apparently very concerned about what's going on. Yeah. So, let's get started. We're going to start with the awards. We're going to go in a somewhat random order. We're going to cover a few, and then we'll get into the lottery. So let's get started with the NHL awards, which I have to pull up, actually. Stand by 1 second. While this is pulling up, I would like to thank Tyler for a great matchup in the Snap Sets final. The winner, I didn't make a draft for this one, the winner of this year's Danny Heatley Trophy for MVP of the playoffs with a 85.53 Fantrax score goes to New York Rangers goaltender Andrei Vasilevsky, which I'm sure will go well with you guys. Finishing in second in that race, was, by the way, was Brad Marchand, and third was Jack Campbell, surprisingly, so that's nice. Anyway, let's get into the voted upon awards. 1 second. All right. The first award that we are going to cover, as you're going to see me switch screens here, is the award for Best Roster Watchdog. Hotly contested vote this year. The winner for 2018-19 goes to Fido. The winner of the Best Roster Watchdog Award. Fido did not miss a day in chat this year. It was a great season for him, and we hope to see him back soon. We're going to roll right along to Group Me Chat Mod of the Year. This award came down to Connor, rest in peace, and Devo. The winner for this season goes to Devo. Not surprisingly, and by a bit of a landslide, if you believe it. The last one we're going to cover in this batch, another group chat related one. This is Group Me Chirp of the Year. Hotly contested, surprisingly. Came down to 2 of them, pretty much. But the winner for this year goes to North of the 17, N17, hashtag N17. We will never forget it. We'll never forget you, Ottawa Justin. Maybe we'll see you later on in one of the award names. Who knows? That's your winner for Group Me Chirp of the Year. We're going to hop back over to the draft lottery here. We're going to roll out a couple of the teams here. Give me 1 second. All right. So the way I'm thinking of working this is we're going to roll off 3 names. I have the teams on my iPad. I'm going to pull it up, and we'll go from there. So, I'm going to run through the odds one more time. From best odds to worst, Edmonton had the best, then Carolina, Montreal, Buffalo, Winnipeg, Arizona, Quebec City, their own pick, Anaheim, Minnesota, which was traded to Quebec City, Columbus, Nashville, Pittsburgh, Colorado, and Washington, which was traded to Minnesota eventually. So, best odds were Edmonton, worst odds were Washington. Tampa was locked in at 16th overall, and Boston was locked in at 15th, and the rest of the order went in terms of playoffs. So, selecting 14th overall in the 2019 NHL Sim Dynasty entry draft will be, well, it was Washington's pick, but Washington's pick got traded, so it will be the Minnesota Wild will choose 14th overall in this year's draft. We move on to 13th overall. The team that would have had the 13th best odds would have been Colorado. And let's see if they get it. Selecting 13th overall in the NHL Sim Dynasty entry draft will be the Nashville Predators. Nashville dropped two spots from where they were projected to be. Now we go to 12th. This would have been Pittsburgh, and let's see if it is Pittsburgh. It is not. Selecting 12th overall in this year's draft would have been Minnesota, but this pick was traded to Quebec City, so Beckett will have the first of his first-round picks. So Quebec City goes to 12th. We'll roll off one more and then get back into the awards. The 11th pick should have been Nashville, but he's down at 13th. So the 11th pick will belong to Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins had a solid year at the beginning, had some issues mid-season and late season, and eventually fell apart, and it was too late to catch back up. Let's head back into the awards. You can say goodbye to my beautiful face for now. So, we covered Roster Watchdog, Mod, and Chirp. Now the Craig Special, the Henry Award in honor of our MLB lead for Best Player Name. The winner, this was actually a close one. It was Jet Wu, Hayden Hockey, but none of them came close to Cal Clutterbuck. Cal Clutterbuck is your player name of the year. Alright, next up, my favorite one, I think, the Grumpiest Old Man Award, and it came down to two of you, Beamer, Craig. It was close, but not actually. The winner for this year is Craig, the Don Cherry Award winner, Grumpiest Old Man. Next up, the You're Out Award for Worst Trade of the Year, and I was really hoping I wasn't going to win this one. And thankfully I didn't. The winner is the initial McDavid trade from Toronto to Philadelphia. Elias, we miss you. I would say we want to see you again, but I don't know how true that is. We'll do the next two back-to-back, just because they tie into each other a little bit. First up, the Justin and Pat Award for Rivalry of the Year. I'm glad to finally be nominated for one. I'm glad to finally win one. The Justin and Pat Award goes to the New York Rangers and the Vegas Golden Knights. Drew, we had a good season. I was a bit surprised not to see you in the final, but I had an even better competitor in Tyler. Hope to see you there next year. Vegas and the Rangers. And the last one for this batch, the Nick and Elias Award for Best Friends. This one wasn't even close. It was a landslide. The winners go to Chicago and Columbus. An easy one there, and not really close in the voting at all. Head back on over to the draft lottery. We are up to 10th overall. 10th overall in terms of odds should have been Columbus. We will see if it is. Give me 1 second to pull everything up here. So, the 10th overall selection does not belong to Columbus. It will belong to the Arizona Coyotes. Duncan has some tough decisions to make here. Has a lot of young pieces, a huge farm. The Silent Assassin could make everyone come to bite that. 9th overall should have been Minnesota's own pick, but Minnesota fell down to 12th, so it will not be them here. The 9th overall pick belongs to another silent, I'm not going to say assassin, but he's certainly silent, the Anaheim Ducks. Anaheim will have the 9th overall selection in this year's draft. Some pieces, some expiring, but not too bad. Should be able to contend for a wildcard position in that tough Pacific Division. Last one for this batch, 8th overall, should have been Anaheim, but they just fell. So, 8th overall will go to We're going with the silence again. Wes and the Colorado Avalanche. Wes was in a playoff spot for a while, eventually lost it to Beamer, and Beamer made his Cinderella run only to be swept in the first round. Alright, let's pop back over to the awards. Nick and Elias are still up there, that's my bad. Get rid of that. Alright, the next award, the Beamer Award, because you can't pronounce an emoji. It's everyone's favorite award, and everyone's favorite has won it. The 2018-19 Beamer Sunglasses Award goes to, well, Beamer. Easy enough. Next up, we have the Fart Award for the most silent but deadly GM. There was actually some contention for this one. It was a one-vote spread between second and first. The winner, Don and the Detroit Red Wings. Detroit made a run toward the playoffs, met me in the first round, gave me a bit of a scare, but I was able to hold on, and Don didn't say a word. My favorite memorial trophy, the Sean on Top Memorial Trophy. Quietest GM, unlikely to know that they ever even won the award. The winner is Mike and the Winnipeg Jets. We will miss LARL forever, but Mike has been a good replacement. And hey, I got Nikolai Ehlers in pretty fair trade, but I love me some Nick Ehlers. Next up, the Gritty Award for the toughest player. I think the winner had 2 votes, so that was the decider. Everyone else had 1. The winner of the Gritty Award is Wayne Simmons. Wayne Simmons, your 2018-19 Gritty Award winner. How's chat doing? Chat doing well? Good. Alright, so we'll cover one more here, and then we'll go back and do a couple more draft lottery slots. Next up is the Lehner Award. This is Comeback Player of the Year, and the winner, believe it or not, Robin Lehner. Lehner had a great season in real life, was able to win the William M. Jennings Trophy with Thomas Bryce in the Island, but he wins the award here as well. We'll head back to the draft lottery. Hello again, everybody. 7th overall we're up to now. I think we'll cover 2, then go back and go there. 7th overall should have been Quebec City. Let's see if they get it. The 7th overall selection in this year's entry draft belongs to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Columbus had a solid season, but was in a stacked conference in a stacked division. Couldn't really get much farther than that. The 6th overall selection should be Arizona. Let's see if it is. Choosing at number 6 overall, we have Quebec City. Sorry, Beckett, I couldn't rate it in your favor. Joke. Quebec City will select 6th and 12th overall. Let's see what they can do with that as they start their rebuild. Back to the awards. We are up to the McDavid Award. The Connor McDavid Award is awarded to the best player on a bad team. We had 2 Canadians up for vote on this one. The winner is a Canadian. We have Austin Matthews. Felt gross to say that Austin Matthews is a Canadian, but oh well. Now, we go to the Trevor Award, one of my favorites. The Trevor Award goes to Best Rookie. My favorite part of this was some people voted for Trevor for this award. It was for a player, not a GM. If it was a GM, I think Trevor might get it after turning around that rebuild. We'll see how Carolina does now. But the Trevor Award for Best Rookie Player goes to Elias Pettersson. Vegas Golden Knight property, and hard to argue with how he did this year on that Heller's Trophy / President's Trophy winning Golden Knights team. We'll go to the Haley Award now, the Michael Haley Memorial Trophy, even though he's still alive, for Best Forward goes to Nikita Kucherov. That was pretty easy. Came down to Kucherov and Patrick Kane, and someone voted for Johnny Gaudreau, so that's nice of them. But yeah, that is your Michael Haley Award winner. All right, back to the lottery. We will do 2 and get up to the top 3. The 5th overall pick should be Winnipeg, if we go in terms of odds. And the 5th overall pick goes to the Winnipeg Jets. So that worked out. The Silent Assassin will have 5th overall in this year's draft. 4th overall should be Buffalo. The 4th overall pick. Whoa! All right. This is going to be interesting. The 4th overall pick goes to the Carolina Hurricanes. Carolina had the 2nd best odds at this year's lottery behind Edmonton. That's a bit of a shock there, as Devo will have his work cut out for him. So, before we go back to the awards, I will say there are 3 teams left. They are Edmonton, Montreal, and Buffalo are the 3 teams vying for the top 3 spots. I'm going to finish out the awards when I come back. We'll do 3rd overall and then go right to 1st and see which team will get the 1st overall pick and the best chance at Jack Hughes. So let's finish off the awards here. We are up to the Eric Goodbranson Memorial Trophy for Best Defenseman in the regular season, and the winner is Mark Giordano. It came down to Giordano, and Riley was close behind, but the award goes to Mark Giordano, captain. Next up, the Craig Anderson Memorial Trophy for Best Goaltender in the league, because of course it has to be Craig Anderson, and the winner, again, Andrei Vasilevsky. After his injury came out, did great, struggled a little bit in the last month. I ended up winning with a 900 save percentage, but Vasilevsky was able to get the job done and get his cup. 2 awards left. The Tanner Glass Memorial Trophy for regular season MVP. He's already won 1 award. Let's give him another. Nikita Kucherov, the winner of the Tanner Glass Memorial Award. Kucherov with a great season, but no Snapsets Cup. Last award here, GM of the Year, named after Duncan, after paying everybody's fan trats premium fee. We don't appreciate that enough. Duncan, thank you. The winner of this year's award came down to Heller, Drew, and Tyler, and the winner is Drew. And the Vegas Golden Knights, after being the best team in the regular season, lost in the conference final to the Dallas Stars. That's all for the awards. Let's finish up this lottery. Before we finish, I do want to give a sincere thank you to everybody here. You have no idea how much Beckett and I appreciate it. We didn't believe it was going to go this well. I've kind of stepped up in terms of taking more of a commissioner role in this one, and compared to my MLB league, you guys have made this so easy on me. There's a rule change thread that we're going to go through. There are some rules that I didn't put in there, but I want to implement, and some rules that I haven't put in there yet that I want to think about. Some stuff with free agency, we'll get into that later. I want to get through the in real life playoffs, and then we'll go from there. Oh, thanks for complimenting my mom's decorating. It's very sweet. This is my office, my man cave. That's where the cat usually sits. She's over there now. Alright, so we are going to go 3rd overall pick. Based on odds, should be Montreal. And the 3rd overall pick in the entry draft belongs to the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal had a solid tanking year this year, as they do every year. But Austin Matthews, best player on a bad team. Hopefully Montreal turns it around soon. And if you ever want to trade Austin Matthews, you know where to look. Just don't go after Jack Eichel. The top 2 selections come down to Edmonton, who had 512 lottery balls, the highest of any team, and the Buffalo Sabres, who had 64, which would have put them 4th behind Edmonton, Carolina, and Montreal. So, like I said, I'm going to skip number 2. The first overall pick in the 2019 NHL Sim Dynasty entry draft belongs to the Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo will select first. Edmonton will select second. There is your entry draft order. Buffalo has some nice pieces. John Tavares, notably. It could be a quick turnaround, but it is a stacked Atlantic Division with 3 top 10 teams in that division, including the now vacant Toronto team. And Buffalo is also vacant. No, nobody can switch, but I will look for the best GM to take that team over and select Hughes or Kakko or wherever their heart desires. So there's your entry draft. There is the 2018-19 NHL Sim Dynasty season. Again, I can't thank you all enough for such a great season. Truly, truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It is April 7th today. Playoffs in real life will start on the 10th or 9th, I forget. The lottery will be this Tuesday. Go Rangers. I am going to take a little bit of time, get the doc up for 2019-20, go from there, work on free agency. I have some extensions to update that people put in today. So I have the extensions to work on. And then I will open up team tags. Every team gets 1 tag to put on an expiring player to match the highest bid. No compensation if you don't match. So this is all stuff that I need to do now. It's going to take some time. The school semester ends May 11th, I think. So after that, the kids are going to be gone. I'm going to be bored at work. So most of it will probably come then, just as a heads up. Other than that, again, no, you can't see my mom. She's out of the house. Again, just thank you for everything. You shattered our expectations for this year. Can't wait for next year. Have to defend the title. Go Rangers. If anyone wants Mikko Koivu, come and get him. And speaking of trades, I will announce when that's open again. It will probably be the start of the entry draft, which I plan to be either the last couple days in June or the first week of July. Once the draft is done, we will roll into free agency, and from there, it'll be puck drop before you know it. As always, you can DM me on GroupMe or ProBoards if you need anything. If you have any questions, I'm always around. Take a nice little break here. Enjoy the season. Enjoy the title if you're the New York Rangers. Rigged, yeah. Free agency will be after the draft. Draft will be first week of July. Trading is going to open at the draft. Most likely that could change, but I like to keep it that way. We'll see though. Other than that, thank you all. Any questions, or if you need proof that the lottery wasn't rigged, I have the video somewhere. But again, thank you everybody. Lewis friend, if you're watching, go back to work. Thanks everyone. And good luck next season, and as always, go Rangers.